Ladies and guys who want a pretty easy way to lose weight. Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet. This is the Kill Your Inner Loser show. We, my friends, are going to talk about adjusting to the keto diet or the carnivore diet or the paleo diet or the low carb, really any low carb diet. Now, why would you want to do a low carb diet? First of all, if you're wanting to lose weight, this is probably one of the easiest ways to lose weight. Because generally speaking, once you're adjusted to the keto or the low carb diet, you don't really have any sort of cravings. You don't really have a lot of hunger. You can kind of just eat food like even once a day. You can go to one meal a day and you don't really have... Normally when you're adjusting, or I should say normally when you're losing weight and you're on a low calorie diet, you're hungry as fuck. That doesn't really happen when you're on a keto diet. So that's probably one of the biggest benefits. I myself have used the keto diet several times, probably 4 times at this point to lose weight. I have a friend who's done the keto diet for about 2 years now. He's on just like pure meat, so basically the carnivore diet. I have a couple more friends who are doing keto who've been doing it for about 6 months. So it's an awesome diet. It's an awesome way of eating as well if you want to keep it up. I personally right now am not on the keto diet. I'm bodybuilding, so I'm eating what my bodybuilding coach tells me, and carbs are part of that. But if you do want to lose weight, or you've wanted to try a diet that basically regulates your energy and regulates your hunger a little more than, a normal diet, absolutely keto is worth giving it a go. So what are some more benefits? You have far more energy. I always found I had way more energy on keto. So do my friends who are on it. You just have consistent energy as well. You don't have those like dips in the afternoon, which you can sometimes get with carbs. You don't really have those like blood spikes or sugar spikes, and then your blood sugar goes back down. You have a lot less cravings to the point where you often forget about food. Sugar cravings obviously go away. A lot of the time you can lose weight without really trying. It doesn't feel like you're restricting yourself, because when you're eating mostly meat and fat, which is what you eat most of on a low-carb diet, you feel a lot more satiated. Those foods tend to fill you up a lot more. Having a big, juicy fucking steak fills you up 10 times more than, having some carbs. So you don't think about food as much. So it feels like you're kind of cheating your way to weight loss. Now, as for the negatives, I'd say the biggest one is the adjustment period. On any sort of low-carb diet, there is always an adjustment period for like 99% of people. I'm yet to meet someone who just goes like, yeah, adjusting to keto is easy. Not eating carbs is fucking easy. No, in the first week or two, you have all sorts of issues. Like, I get an upset stomach. Like, my stomach just feels like shit. I have low energy for a week or so. I have sugar cravings for a week or so. However, once that is done, smooth sailing up to that point. And for me personally, and everyone I've seen do the keto diet or low carb diet, it's absolutely worth the adjustment period. The adjustment period does suck. I'm not going to lie to you and say it doesn't suck. You'll have low energy for a week or two. You'll feel hungry for a week or two. Part of this podcast is going to be, how do we make it easier, or how can you make it easy to adjust? The easiest way to adjust is to just go batshit insane with the foods that you are allowed to eat. So what I like to do is just go fucking mental in the first 2 weeks with like steak, butter, cheese, pork, bacon, eggs, whatever shit you want to eat, as long as it fits in the keto diet. I don't even worry about calories. And I tell myself these first 2 weeks where I'm adjusting to this diet, I'm not even trying to lose weight. Like, I don't care about weight loss. I'm not going to restrict myself. I'm going to eat as much meat and fat and just go fucking crazy with that. Maybe a few vegetables, as long as you're careful that they don't have carbs in them. And I'm going to go crazy with that shit. And that's how I satisfy myself. Because, again, those first 2 weeks those 2 weeks of adjustment can be a bit of a bitch. Like, you will have cravings. It can be annoying learning to adjust, especially when you go out to eat and you have to figure out like, oh, what stuff can I actually order now? You're going to have those sugar cravings. You're going to have that low energy. You can absolutely make up for that by just going batshit insane with steak and meat, bacon, sausages, whatever you want. Just be careful that sausages sometimes have carbs in them. I will also say fill up on salad, like lettuce, stuff like that doesn't have carbs. And again, just go fucking mental in the first 2 weeks. That's the easiest way of adjusting to a low-carb diet. Just don't focus on losing weight for those 2 weeks. Your only mission is to adjust. Once you are actually adjusted, you'll find that, again, you have all those benefits, and you'll start finding plenty of ways that you can go out and eat, plenty of places you can eat. Lots of restaurants, for instance, like burger joints, will do what's called a naked burger or a lettuce wrap burger, or a no bun burger, where basically they wrap it up in lettuce instead of a bun. So hamburger is exactly the same, just wrapped up in some iceberg lettuce. You can have a little bit of carbs, I will say. Usually most people restrict themselves to 30 grams, sometimes 50 grams. That doesn't matter too much, just sort of see how you feel. But again, the point of this podcast was to help you guys get through that like adjustment period. The easiest way of doing that, eat as much as you possibly can, stuff yourself, go fucking crazy. Don't worry about weight loss as long as you're not eating carbs. So have as much meat as you want, as much fat, go crazy, go mental. And I promise the cravings will go down over time. The low energy gets better. The adjustment period sucks. People talk about that all the time. But you can make it a hell of a lot easier on yourself if you eat as much like fatty or meat-based foods as you possibly want to. And that does give you like a little bit of energy as well. The other thing I'll say is get as much sleep as you possibly can. Like you don't want to be tired on top of having low energy because that just makes you miserable. A lot of the time people will talk about a bad adjustment period to keto or low-carb diets, and then it's because they're not fucking sleeping as well. Or they're having too much caffeine, and that's just like, going up and down and that sort of stuff. So get your sleep right. Try and do your absolute best to just like make it through that 2-week period. And I promise you it gets a lot better. It absolutely gets a lot better. Like I said, the carb cravings go away. You stop even thinking about carbs. And for a lot of people to even hear what I'm about to say, they'll be like, holy shit, that doesn't sound possible. When you've adjusted, when you've gone through that 2-week, sometimes it's only a week, that adjustment period, and you are adjusted to a low-carb diet, you will like see carb food. Like you will see donuts, you'll see chips, you'll see like crazy foods that normally just like absolutely triggers you, and you'll look at it and you'll just be like, that's boring. So the low-carb diet, like once you actually get there, this is why I say it's very easy to lose weight on it, because all you're really eating, the only thing your body will crave is steak, meat, a bit of fat. And you only get those cravings when you're legitimately hungry, not when you just see some food. Because I don't think people realize they're making it, or you can make it a lot harder. You do make it a lot harder on yourself to lose weight when you're not doing a keto diet. And again, I've lost weight on I've lost weight on carb diets. I've lost weight on if it fits your macros. I've lost weight on a bunch of different types of diets. Keto's always been easiest for me, and it's the one I recommend if you want to lose weight. Because I don't think people realize when you're on a normal diet, and so you're still eating carbs, you get triggered a million times throughout the day. You will walk past a million fast food joints. You'll see a million different types of junk food. You'll see donuts. You'll see fucking sugary drinks and soft drinks. That shit triggers you. So you're having to use a lot of willpower throughout the day to not binge, to not eat that stuff, to not cheat. However, when you're on a keto or a low carb diet, you look at that food and you don't give a fuck. Like you feel nothing. You're just like, no, I don't eat that shit. Like you don't get hungry. You don't get any sort of craving. You don't get triggered to eat it, to go and indulge in it. You're just like, no, I'm going to eat my fucking steak. It doesn't even make you hungry. So it's not like you see it and get triggered and go, oh shit, I got to eat something. And then you go and eat steak. You literally just aren't hungry. Again, a lot of people on keto, me, myself included, will get to the end of the day, like 4 p.m. and go like, oh, I haven't eaten today. I guess I'm not hungry. And you'll eat something at like 5 p.m. You just have a steak and you're like, is this all I'm going to eat today? And yeah, you feel perfectly fine. You eat one fucking steak. It's like easy mode for losing weight. At least everyone that I've seen and myself, it's easy mode. So again, let's recap. Keto makes things a lot easier for weight loss. Definitely recommend it. You don't have to use the keto diet if you're going to lose weight, but I definitely recommend giving it a go. If you never have before and your mission is to lose weight, try the keto diet. The adjustment period absolutely sucks. Your only mission is to get through that 2-week period by eating as much steak and meat and fat foods as you possibly can to give yourself some form of like, at least you're satisfied when you're craving carbs and you're hungry and all that sort of stuff. Once you get through that period, everything is a million times easier, a million times smooth sailing. You don't have cravings. Your energy levels are just like a nice, consistent level throughout the day. They don't go like up and down like it does with traditional diets, especially traditional carb-based diets. So definitely recommend it. Go out and give it a go. If you have any more questions, leave a comment below. And as always, go out and crush your goals.